And Chris Ockley, Missouri track fanatic and running junkie, with Thomas George, the redshirt junior for the University of Missouri squad from Gloucester, England. Did I get that right? Is that how you spell your home?
Close, yeah. It's Gloucestershire. It doesn't, you don't pronounce it how it looks.
Right. Well, tell me what it was like to cap off your redshirt sophomore year with an all-region performance Friday in Ames, taking 15th Friday.
It was pretty good, yeah. I was pretty pleased with it. I kind of thought going in that 15th was about where I could get. So to end up 15th was, pretty nice. Like at the start of the year, I didn't think I'd be anywhere near that. So it was pretty satisfying.
Yeah, I think that was clearly the best race of your college career. And tell me just a little bit how the race played out. Always on the men's 10K at regionals, a huge pack. And then finally, late in the race, these people will start to, and people start to fall off the pace, and then, maybe 6 or 7, 8K, then somebody finally makes the move to really push it, and, you're either falling off the back end or you're fighting to stay with them. Tell me how the race played out for you.
Yeah, so I'd spoken to a few of the older guys like Drew White, Hayden Legg, and stuff like that, and they gave me just the idea that I needed to hang in there. And when it got going, it was going to get going real fast.
Right.
So I was kind of anticipating that. So I knew that I was expecting the move to happen a bit later because I felt like it got moving pretty early, and I was like, whoa. I kind of panicked and doubted myself for a little bit, and then I was like, wait, I just got to go with it. I got to trust my fitness. So I hung in there, I think about 7K. I was falling off the back of the top group, and Mark Dubrick caught up with me and kind of pushed me on a bit. We had a little chat, and he's like, yo, we need to go. Right. So I rallied again and just kept on just fighting. It was just like a fight. That last 5K was just one big fight. Every time was just kind of getting my head down, getting back to the group, and just hanging on for as long as I could.
And let's see here. I guess at 8K you were 19th, and halfway through at 5K you were, let's see, well, I must be can't find you here, but after it was all over, even though you were happy that you were all-region and 15th, and you actually look at the results and you see where the at-large and the automatic bids went to, was it frustrating knowing that you were only 6 places and 14 seconds from qualifying for the national meet?
Yeah, that was definitely pretty frustrating. My aim was to kind of get in the mix to try and make it by myself, but at the end of the day, I don't think I would have predicted myself to get as close as I did. So I'm pretty happy with where it puts me for the future, because I know that next year I'm going to be able to build off this. But yeah, it was definitely bittersweet. I was really happy, but also kind of frustrated to miss it by such a close margin.
And tell me about the weather. Obviously, it was freezing cold temperatures in the about high 20s. Wind chill, though, probably about 9 degrees. But I'm assuming that that's not too much different than the winters in England.
You'd think so, but it doesn't get as intensely cold.
Okay.
It'll hover around freezing, but it doesn't get a whole lot below that. So that's definitely the coldest I've raced in. I was lucky that my brother ran at Terre Haute for Nationals last year, so he kind of gave me some nice tips on how to stay warm and deal with it. So I just layered up, and I wore a lot of layers, but at the end of the day, it helped because I didn't feel that cold for most of the race, which was nice.
Well, I've had several moments in my cross-country and track and field years of lots of confusion, including the Mello twins before they were at Mizzou at Hickman High School, not realizing there was more than one of them, and they kept running several legs of a distance medley relay, and I was extremely confused before I was told, there's 2 Mello twins. And then the same thing happened to me at Terre Haute Division I Nationals last year, as I see this guy running around in a Mizzou jacket with an Arkansas hat on, and then it's that's the guy that just got was All-American 16th in the race. And no, it wasn't. So you followed your brother to to the U.S. He's at Arkansas, was our All-American at Arkansas last year, and you're a year behind him, and made it to Missouri. What was that like last year? Seeing him run to All-American honors last year at Nationals.
It was pretty cool. Like, I was so proud of him. Like, we knew that he was in really good shape. So for him to finish like 15th or 16th, like, was no big surprise. But it was just so cool to see him kind of being able to hang around with the top pack and like really give a good performance. I really enjoyed it. I think out of like all the races that I've watched him, other than when he won Euros, I think that was like the one which I most enjoyed watching.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, he was feeling it afterwards. I think he got his medal, and he couldn't stay up on that award stand. He had to go take some time to maybe lose his breakfast or something. But he was struggling afterwards. But I think any of us would take that if we can get that All-American honor.
Yeah, he didn't. I think it was after the race he just froze basically, and he got like super cold and nearly like passed out. So he was in the medical tent. So that was a fun experience.
What have you learned from your brother and his success and him making it to the U.S. before you? What knowledge did he pass on to you that's been helpful?
I'd say a lot of it was just kind of consistency and not getting hurt. Because I have a lot of problems with getting injured a lot. So I've kind of figured that one out thanks to him and a lot of other people. But I'd say he always told me that it doesn't matter who's in the race, like, you always got to back yourself that you have a chance to win. And you got to do what you need to do to get in the best positions possible and just kind of, like, respect everyone, but don't fear them, you know?
Yeah. And how's the transition been to living in America now for your third year? What's that like, moving from England?
It's good. It wasn't as big a culture shock as I was expecting. Like, I was expecting to be, like, really thrown a curveball, but, it's like little things which threw me off, like stuff like when I go to a restaurant, if I ask for water, like people don't understand me the first time. Like, that was like probably the most annoying thing. But it's pretty easy. Most things are pretty chill. I really like the culture here. People are way friendlier.
And what's your favorite thing about the U.S. and have you found a favorite food?
I love like the deep dish style pizza. Okay. That is probably my favorite.
Gotcha. What about have you surely you've made plenty of trips to Shakespeare's in Columbia, I assume?
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Shakespeare's. Shakespeare's is good. And
besides the nice people and the food, what's one other of your favorite things about the U.S.?
I just like it's kind of laid back, you know. Like everyone's in a rush back home, whereas here, like people are very like relaxed. I definitely enjoy that.
Right.
I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I just like everything's kind of bigger as well. There's loads more space.
Right.
And there's just kind of more cool things to do.
Yeah. Well, the Mizzou men's team is pretty young. You've, like you said, just your sophomore eligibility this year, and you add some guys like Austin Heineman and Stephen Geoge and his brother Victor next year. And what do you see? You think in the next year or two, you guys can be contending for a national berth yourself, and be up there with fighting your brother's Arkansas squad for those SEC titles?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think with the guys that we have coming in, like they're going to really complement like our current crop of guys. I think we're going to be able to build off this year because, like, while it was somewhat disappointing, like we didn't finish where we wanted to, but I think that's going to light a fire for all of us. So we're going to be able to like move forward on it, and with the additions, like we're going to be like a strong team. Like it might take a year or two from now, but we're definitely going to be making some noise, I'd say.
Sure. And what's next for you? You taking a week or two off training and enjoying some deep dish pizza, or you just staying consistent and ready to go watch your brother down at Louisville?
I'll be there at Louisville watching for sure, but I'm probably going to take a few weeks off, just relax. Just enjoy the downtime.
Yeah. And what's the biggest thing that you picked up? Obviously, we're a lot of times and distance runners over here in the U.S. aren't exposed to it till maybe say middle school, and I know the rest of the world, athletics is kids get involved in club athletics at a much earlier age, and what since you've come over, what's the one or two things that you've learned or picked up from Coach Halter and Coach Burns and all the staff that is just taking your very successful youth career in England and continued to progress it?
I'd say a big part of it is like being patient, because I know that back home I wasn't the most patient. I kind of wanted to run before I could walk. I say that being here like definitely like taught me the virtue of patience, because I just pushed too hard. So it'd be like days where I felt rough, I'd go too hard, and then like a week or so later I'd get hurt. And it's just stuff like I've learned to kind of listen to my body, like know when to chill out. I've also found it like very humbling being here, because my first year, like, I was pretty arrogant, and I thought I was just going to turn up and I was going to be like all SEC freshman, all that stuff. And I turned up and I got drilled. Like, I did not run well for like a year. And I think that while it was unfortunate, I think in the grand scheme of things, it taught me that, you know, like, there are no shortcuts. Like, you can't just fake it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, finally getting to visit and talk with you, I'm, very impressed. And boy, you think you've got your head on straight, and I'm excited for the future for you in the black and gold and the men's squad. So, congrats on the big honor Friday, and hopefully things will just continue to roll your way and stay safe. And look forward to catching up with you in Louisville on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right.
It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
All right. Thanks, Tom.